let's get into those Knicks, Eric.
Yeah,
They
man.
are one win away from getting to the finals. Their fans are about to lose it.
Get lit.
Again, the best thing on social media is to watch New York fans after a victory. It's got to be the best because somehow in those segments, and you see the fans going like they're yelling, they're always yelling about like Trae Young or Tyrese Halliburton. Doesn't even matter if they're playing them. They're like F Trae Young, F Tyrese, and like they're not even playing them. It's like the best videos you'll ever see. But strictly basketball, Eric. Did you know that the Knicks, for number one, they've won 10 games in a row?
Yeah,
right?
pretty remarkable. In the playoffs, yeah.
That alone is already like pretty damn impressive. Number two, in those 10 wins, they have won by an average of 22.5, which is a playoff record. So they are dominating in these games, right? And this counts a game one where they had to come back from 21 down, right, to win. What are they doing right? What have they found?
Yeah, I mean they're in great company in terms of winning that 10 straight with some just high-end teams that have had some good runs in these playoffs or NBA playoffs in general. And so it's so crazy that they were down 2-1 against Atlanta. We were kind of questioning Mike Brown. We were questioning the Knicks. We were like, hey, they kind of like slept through the season a little bit, and now it's showing to bam, 10 straight wins, every game pretty much total domination other than game one where they were down 22. And in terms of like for the Cavs, for example, I think we knew with them blowing that lead in game one that it was a wrap for them. And so, in terms of like what they're doing, I mean, Karl Anthony Towns he's D'ing up. He's playing, he's obviously not scoring a ton of points every night, but he is like being gritty out there, which he's normally not known for. And I mean, let's be honest, Jalen Brunson's a superstar, man. He is just, he's had a good few playoffs in a row and he's had some big moments. They've kind of flamed out a couple seasons in a row, against Indiana both times. I guess luckily they didn't see Indiana this series, but they're going a little deeper. I mean, remember how they would only go like 6 guys and they'd play like 1,000 minutes every game in the playoffs. And I think that would kind of wear on them a bit. They're still playing big minutes, but not like near what they were playing the last few seasons. Now they're winning by a lot. So maybe that's part of it. So they could afford rest. But if they wrap this up tomorrow, which I believe they will, man, it's going to be interesting because they're going to have a lot of rest and they're going to be playing some team that has just gone through a battle, whichever one it is. And so, I mean, what are you seeing? Are you seeing anything different from years past from them? Or you think it's just more their time and they're doing the same thing and it's finally their time to make it to the finals or what?
Yeah. I mean, well, the beginning of the streak, they got Karl Anthony Towns playing like that point center, right? He was averaging like 8 assists in the first 5 games, right? So that's definitely been a huge like win for the Knicks, right? To get him involved in a way where it's just not scoring, but it's also getting everybody else involved. And then number 2, man, their defense has been elite. And the wings with OG and Mikal Bridges, they're locking down everybody. And I think in that 10-game streak, they are, I think it's like 90, they're giving up 99.5, like under 100 in 10 games. That's unheard of, right? Especially in this NBA. So I just think that is the main thing, right? They are dominating on defense and they're also outscoring their opponents by a lot, obviously by 22.5. So they're definitely doing something on offense. And they got all the momentum. Like, to me, they are the best team in the playoffs right now.
Yeah, I mean,
you can't say like you're going to say, oh, less competition. Lakers aren't really competition for OKC. Phoenix was competition for OKC. I mean, they didn't. The Lakers didn't have Luka. Like, let's be real. We can call a spade a spade. They're still playing NBA teams, right? So, to be honest, they're hot, man. They're going to go into the finals likely with a sweep and 11-game winning streak. And it's going to be something else to see them play against these West Coast teams.
Yeah, it's kind of turning out to be. I mean, we'll see. Obviously, we'll see when we get there, and how teams are looking, who they're going to be facing, because they obviously will be making the finals. Whether if it's Monday or Wednesday, it'll be over in one of those two games, and I think Cleveland is just, I think they're done. But they've are just balling out on the defensive side. Definitely got to give a little bit of like shout out to Mikal Bridges, who've, there's been some tough moments, I think, throughout the year for him. And you're like, man, especially because what the Knicks traded for or traded to get him. And so he's actually been playing really well too. And so Josh Hart, I mean, all of them. I mean, like I said, they've had a pretty good run the last few playoffs. And I just think this year, it's just all working in their advantage. I think it's all about matchups. I think while Cleveland beat Detroit, I think Detroit would have been a little bit tougher of a matchup for New York. But the way they've been playing, I don't know who's going to beat them in the East, right? And so, it's going to be rocking. We haven't seen the Knicks make the finals since the 99 season against San Antonio, where they were the
99, right?
Gosh, they were the 8th seed. Knicks were the 8th seed and ended up losing to San Antonio. So are we going to see a repeat of that like 26, 27 years later? Sure. But we know one thing.
Was that San Antonio's first championship with Tim Duncan?
Yep.
Damn, that's what I was like Avery Johnson and all of them, right? So that would be an interesting matchup, because that would be the same. It would be like you can put all the history aside and say, hey, this is kind of like when Tim Duncan took the Spurs, right, get their first championship against the Knicks, right? Yep. That's a lot of history right there.
Yep. Yeah, it's the same exactly. And now you got Wemby. Maybe it could be his first, like against the Knicks as well. And I think it was Duncan. I think it was the second season. So I know it's Wemby's. I know it's Wemby's third, but still.
Pretty close. Yeah.